we have a, the first one and the next two are kind of slow. And so I was sitting there and my phone vibrated and I looked down and I had this text. And I began to cry and my co-worker looked over at me like I was crazy. And she said, Bill, is everything okay? Did you get some bad news? And I said, oh no. No, I got anything but bad news. I said, man, we've been praying for this answer for about 4 years. And I said, my God is so good.
Amen.
And I told her, I said, we had this fella and his wife that have struggled. And he was injured and had surgeries and just not able to work. And I said, he's such a good man. And I said, but now his wife, I'm not sure about her. No. They're such a precious couple and such good friends. And I said, they were supposed to go tomorrow before the judge to see about Kenny's disability. And they called him and said, don't come Monday. You've been approved. Amen. Don't tell me that God doesn't work. Because, man, it's just been an awesome week. It's been a trying week. Let me tell you. The devil, but yesterday, Dick, you'd be so proud. The neighborhood in which our house is in, those people are bragging on it. And Joyce and I were in the grocery store last night, and Miss Martha that lives just kind of right across, down a little bit, she said, man, that house is looking so good. Y'all are just doing so good there. And she said, y'all have it fixed up so nice. She likes the roof, by the way, Jalon. She said, when I saw y'all putting on that new roof, she said, man, they're there to fix this place up, make it look nice. And so bragging on your work, and man, so professionally done. And I mean, we were probably in there 30 minutes talking to her. It's just, so she, and Winky Cagle, we were up there, and he told me the guy's name, but I don't remember. But he said, Bill, I had this guy stop me in the store, and he said, I don't know what them people are doing over at that house, but he said, man, they're doing it right. So they feed more people than anybody around. And I said, Winky, we want to do some things. And here's what we want to do. We want everybody in the neighborhood to be happy. We don't want any discord or fussing. And Martha told me last night, she said, I've not heard anything but good. They like your grass. Dick and Linda and Kenny, man, took up all them old ugly rocks and soaked down pretty green grass. And Kenny can sit there and rock with a water hose in his hand and water it. And he's done that, literally. But you know what? My God is good. And the grass came up and growed. And you know what? Every Wednesday until they stop. I don't know how many Wednesdays that'll be. But the Chattanooga Area Food Bank is coming on Wednesday mornings and bringing fruits and vegetables. Last week they gave out watermelons and potatoes. And so you tell everybody to come up and get. And we don't know what they'll have this week, do we? Most of the time they don't know what they're going to have, but they just get it and they bring it. And so you tell them to come up. And Kenny Wilburn, he's like me, a little slow, but he does have a good idea every now and again. We were standing up there the other night, and there was this home in Pikeville called Brookview. It's for the mentally challenged. And no, me and Kenny aren't there, but for the mentally challenged. And really, they have a hard time financially because they are a government agency, but they just have a hard. We've talked to the lady who used to be the director there. We were in meetings with her, and she talked about how they struggle. And Kenny said, why don't we take this to Brookview? Well, Rebecca never even had heard of Brookview. And so now they've been taken for the last week or so to Brookview, and those folks up there are so appreciative. So God is putting people, I was telling Dick about some things, God is putting people on our path to supply the many needs. I got a guy that's supposed to email me back. He works for the Ashley Furniture. His mom works for our bank, but he works for the Ashley Furniture. So, and they've got a program where they give beds away. I don't know, if they're like ones that's got scratches on them or whatever, but we'll take them. And so he's going to get back with us. But you be praying about all the things that God is doing. And I'm gonna say, and I'm not gonna call any names because it starts right here and goes to the backyard, back where Johnny Wooden. This church couldn't do what it does without you. You. And I mean, you know, you may do one thing and you may do another, but you know what? It's all important because it works together. And you know what it takes to make a church? You. You. You know,
And you.
Huh?
And you.
Well, yeah, but it takes y'all to. Because I couldn't do what I do without y'all.
Amen.
Dick, I mean, this is awesome. And y'all are always looking for some ways to help somebody else, not yourself. And that's what we got to continue to do. But the sermon will come later. I didn't mean to preach. But God has just blessed so much. We do have some prayer requests this morning. Brother Varnon Curtis, who's been in the hospital for over 2 weeks now,
Yeah.
he'll be going to Siskins hopefully tomorrow. He's doing real well. The heart surgery, you know, of course they got him off the vent Thursday, so he's doing real well. But he's so weak, his legs are weak, that the doctor thinks he needs some rehab. And so I talked to Varlin this morning. He said, just pray for me, preacher, that I'll be able to get a room at Siskins, stay there for about a week, and come home. So that's the prayer, and that's what we're going to pray and ask for today.
She's supposed to meet with,
The nurse tomorrow,
she told me.
social worker tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, social worker.
Yeah. So let's pray about that. Spencer Goins from Dunlap had surgery the other day. He's home. His daughter says that he seems to be improving each day. He's got to take some radiation treatments. But she said just continue to lift her daddy up. She played music for us yesterday up here, so please lift Spencer and his wife and family up.
Little Brian Smith.
Oh yeah, remember Brother Brian Kearns, pastor of the Louisville Baptist, his father-in-law abroad passed away yesterday. So lift him up in prayer.
Remember Elsie Hedgecock?
Oh yeah, Elsie Hedgecock lives up the valley there. Was in a wreck on the Sether van the other day, broke her leg. Elsie has some health issues, and so please pray that this broken leg won't,
Remember that family?
Continue.
That was killed.
Yeah,
The property was across the street from the gentleman that died, and their family's not doing very well.
How old was he, Aaron? Because there's been
90 is what
stories.
the obituary says.
90? The obituary.
89, I want to say, was the number that I heard, but
I remember this family, and they done an autopsy. You know what they found?
no.
But they were thinking it could have been something medically. But just remember this family. The gentleman was killed, died in the accident there. So we'll just pray for this family. It's a sad situation. Yes, sir.
My oldest son and his family's headed back to Florida this morning. Just pray for traveling mercies on them, get them home safely.
Yes.
And our granddaughter and her buddy has told us when they get back that they're going to come to the house and volunteer and go through clothes and stuff like that.
Praise the Lord.
Just pray that they get safely home.
If you would like to volunteer too, pray for volunteers. Brenda, I've heard your name a lot this week. And
It's just been one day a week.
Yeah, but hey, you picked the right day.
Yes, you did.
They've been really, and we appreciate all that you do. I mean, and the others that go, thank you. Robin went this last week, but do pray.
I kindly put her in that situation.
Oh.
She
Yeah.
rode with me, so.
Oh, okay, well, good. She'll be riding with you again this weekend. And pray for Vacation Bible School.
Yes.
It's a stressful week because, you get 50, 60 kids or more, and, but pray that, all goes well and everybody, remember this, it's going to be stressful, but just stay cool. You know, so, but because we love the kids. Friday night, and I didn't share this, Friday night vacation Bible school, we've got two big things. Rick's went and seen his people. I like it because Rick's got people with him, and he's got tons of fireworks that we're going to be shooting off. But before it gets dark, it's going to be hot, and we've got a water slide coming. For this has been we've done it several years, and so.
I was here last year, Vacation Bible School, and it was a big hit.
Oh, always been a big hit. So pray for the safety of the kids and all. But it's just awesome.
We also need to pray for the Wade Dotson and them
Yes,
with the
thank you,
death of their
Brenda.
mother.
Yeah, the death of Miss Dana Dotson.
Haston, I think's her last name.
Haston, yeah. Mhm. You know, we were trying to figure out who that was Wednesday night, and I didn't realize that.
That's Wade's mother.
My cousin has requested prayers. Name's Chris Albritton. Medical issues.
And this morning I heard that a couple left Ohio going to West Virginia, I believe it was, and they're missing, and their family's really, and it's an elderly couple, so we need to pray for that
Pray
too.
for them, yes.
I like everybody to remember my mom.
Yes.
I talked to Dad, I come home for a few days, and she's down to 100 pounds, and she's getting bad where she don't recognize Daddy as Daddy now.
Yeah.
So, just need Jen's prayers, and
Amen. Let's remember I'm Gene and Ray. Ray's a former pastor of Lee Station Baptist, and a good man of God that's preached the word uncompromised for years. So let's remember Ray and I'm Gene Skyhouse.
Remember Sonia too. She
Yeah.
had a rough night last night, and I'm sure Larry's probably not doing good with his breathing and
Yeah,
stuff
he
either.
Respiratory problems right now are bad, so let's pray for Sonia and Larry both.
Remember my dad and mom too.
Yeah, please do.
I'm gonna go see my lung doctor tomorrow, plus my sleep doctor.
Let's pray for both these appointments.
Yeah, one's at 9:30, one's at 3:30.
Shenandoah.
Crossville.
Also remember my mama, she had a MRI done, and you know, we have to wait till the doctor sees what they're gonna have to do with her back and stuff.
Let's pray about this.
Pray for Marshall
Yes,
and for Jamie.
yes.
Heard from Mom on Wednesday, she has those couple of different tests, and one of them takes, I know they said 6 hours. She has to lay real still, so that could be fun.
No, let's remember Miss Jean.
Still on the 25th, I go for a radio frequency ablation. And they said it took about 1 to 2 hours.
Let's remember this. Yes, sir.
And if you were talking earlier about volunteers to the house, you know, we can use all we can get, you know, but if you're not able, we understand that, but please lift us up in prayer every day, you know, just, you know, that helps tremendously.
Amen. Sure
The Lord
does.
really helps us, you know, through other people's prayer, everybody's prayers here, just remember it, we'll get through it.
Amen.
And pray for the people that are going there that need prayer.
Let's lift them up because the needs are great.
They'll realize where it comes from. It's the Lord.
Yeah. Well, not only do they give out, Miss Fran, not only do they give out food, but there's the gospel information. They're giving away tracts
That's
that
wonderful.
we had and set up with the plan of salvation on there and how to meet the Lord. And so, and who they can contact. So it's good. Let's all stand this morning. Brother Carter, would you lead us as we pray for us?
Lord, we come to you now with our prayer requests and our burdens. We just ask that you look after each one of them, Lord. We ask that you look after the folks that are alien, sick, and are missing today from our congregation. Lord, just be with them and heal them of anything that we have, that they have, Lord. And just folks that are going to be seeing doctors, we just ask that their visits would go well and we would not get any unexpected results. We lift up the families that have had deaths there, Lord. You know, it's a devastating thing. We just ask that you keep them lifted up and keep them strong. We lift up Brother Marlon Curtis, Lord. We just ask that he'd be able to get the system to his rehab, Lord. And I know he's anxious to get back home. I know Miss Linda is anxious to have him back, Lord. Just lift that family up because they have some other issues too, Lord. And we just ask that you would deal with those. And Lord, the folks who was involved in the accident, the lady with a broken leg, and Seth, her bus driver, Lord, we just ask that you did to be with them. Lord, any other folks that were mentioned, Lord, unspoken requests, we just ask that you would honor those. We thank you too, Lord, that we have praises to lift up to you. The decision that Kenny and Kathy received, Lord, we just ask. Thank you so much for the results, Lord. And I know it's been a long, hard road for them. We just thank you, Lord, that they're going to get a little bit of relief. As we go to our worship service, Lord, we just ask that you be with us. Be able to sing praises to you and to hear your word preached. Anyone here that needs salvation, Lord, we just ask that you would help them make the decision today. These things we ask in your name.
And you would remain standing. I'm going to ask Paul and Johnny if you would come and receive our morning offering, please. Let's give back to the Lord that which he's blessed us with. Paul, would you ask God's blessing on the song?
Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the time of worship. We thank you for everything that you're doing in our lives. We just ask that you continue to bless the day lives. Just watch over us tonight as we're doing our VBS and keep us safe when we come together. Bless this offering and help us get back a portion of which you blessed us with. In Jesus' name.
Amen. Now, instead of sitting down, we want you to come to the choir and Frank and Carl are going to lead us this morning. Fran, they all sat down. Yeah. Yeah. Come on up.
How many of you know why you're here today? If you know why you're here today, stand up and turn to number 361. Why we're here today. We have
Come into his house and gathered in his name to worship him. We have come into his house and gathered in his name to worship him. We have come into his house and gathered in his name